My name is Natasha Banda.
And I'm Aston Banda, and this is how we made.
This is how we made. Okay, my names are Aston Banda.
And Natasha Banda.
How we met. Okay, so would you like to explain?
Yeah. So we met at Cremosa. It's a place behind a food place, I think, behind Mande Hill. So I was having I think lunch or dinner. Was it lunch or dinner?
It was lunch.
Lunch. I was having lunch with my twin brother, and he came in with my elder sister just to come and say hi, and they joined us for lunch. And yeah, that was our first time meeting. I knew they were friends. I knew there was an Aston somewhere who's my sister's friend, but I didn't really know him facially and whatnot. But this time was my first time, the first time we met, actually. Mm-hmm. Okay, so my first impression wasn't really that this was going to be my husband or anything. It was just, he's good looking, I think.
I know, right?
Yeah, but nothing like imagining stuff.
Okay, so my first impression, I think it was the same. She was dressed in an attire. Where were you coming from?
I can't remember.
You came from playing.
Oh yeah, badminton with my dad.
Yes. So
yeah,
she was in a badminton attire, and you looked so delicious. Yeah, she was in a badminton attire. So the first time I saw her, I was like, oh, nice looking human being. Yeah. Moreover, I think I saw like a photo before of her from her sister, because me and her sister were close. And then we met, and I was like, cool. Friends. Actually, the talking didn't begin that day. We just greeted each other, and we split a bill actually, because they were having lunch. Yeah. They were having lunch, and then when time came to pay,
I was about to pay. Then
she was about to pay. Then I said, "Can I go in 50?" Then I paid the other half. Yeah, for their dinner, and that's basically. We didn't even talk much, right? No. Because I was rushing, and I meant to drop her sister with them, because I was driving a different direction. We
again met, I think, somewhere in town.
I came to your shop.
Oh yeah, he came. But what did you come do? You just
your sister called me.
Oh yeah, so I was with my sister at the shop in town, and he came through to just come and see us and whatnot. So after the whole chatting and whatnot, we went back. We were going back home, obviously. Then we went downstairs. We went to his car, and we had bottles of water. So we forgot the water in his car, and we were following each other. So at some point I was like, oh, we forgot our water and stuff like that.
That was later.
Really?
Yes, that was later. The first time I came to your shop, I think your sister just called me, so I just checked out the place, and then I greeted everybody. Then I left. The time you left the water in my car was at that mall opposite Intercity.
Mm-hmm.
That's the time
and that's
you left
how we
the
started
water.
Talking.
Yes, that's how we started talking anyway, because I drove off with their water because they forgot it in my car. Then they called me back to say, we forgotten water. Then I drove back in like a few minutes.
And I was so impressed. I was like, oh my gosh, he's so fast and whatnot. And I think I got his number from Trudy, because I was the one who was calling. And from that time, he knew it was me calling him. I think that's when we saved numbers or something.
Yeah, we saved numbers.
Yeah, and we started talking. Obviously, you got into my, I don't know, I think you sent me a message or something.
No, it was I think those encounters, after we had that encounter, then later on you dropped your car keys.
I dropped my car key. Yeah, yes. The next time I dropped my car key, it was a push to start. So I dropped my car key and I called him
Around
after I had
22.
tried calling my dad, my mom, and they were not coming so quick. And I remember to say, this guy had come so quick that other time, let's try it. And I called him, I was like, I've lost my car key and I need some help, this and that. And he came by so quick. And from that time, I think we started talking. Yeah. That's how we became friends.
That was around 22 hours, yeah?
Yeah, 22.
Around 22, and I was asleep. So she woke me up, then I drove from Kabanana to town in a few minutes. Yeah. Then she felt like, oh, okay, savior. I think we had those interactions now and again coming up and about until I asked them to come and visit me home, right? So when they came home, that's the time I was like, we could get into something serious. And then we spoke, and then we had a walk one day at the East Park Mall. We went to East Park Mall in a bunch of people, but we just disappeared, the two of us. And then we went walking, talking. I think that's when I said it, like, look, we could be better than just friends. We could be better than just me driving to help you every time. What do you think?
Yeah, and I was game for it. I knew it was actually going to lead to that, and yeah.
One has got two answers because she's got her own description of how long we dated, and I've got my own. So what happened is we actually broke up the first time we dated.
We dated for like 6 months.
Then we broke up.
And my sister was getting married, I think, in January, and he was part of the lineup, and that's how we came to talking again. Because
I was the best man, and she was the chief bridesmaid.
So we definitely had to talk. So in November we started going for rehearsals and all that, and that's how we decided to say we needed to get back.
We were together almost every day for rehearsals.
Every day.
Then we had a private rehearsal because we had a private dance that we didn't want no one to know about. So after the main rehearsal, we used to drive to Woodlands to go learn kizomba. Was that kizomba? What's that dance?
I think it is. I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah,
like
some salsa kizomba dance. So we would drive there and spend time there. Then on our way back, the kafling came back and we started talking until we got back things back.
We only dated for a few months before you.
We got married a year later.
Yeah, but obviously the proposal.
But why do you say it's like 6 months?
No. I mean, like it's 2 days initially.
The decision. Okay, so I think I was impressed with a lot of things, and then I also found somebody who was a total opposite of who I was. Like, I knew I was hardworking. I knew I used to push, make things happen. I used to be there. I used to strive to have this certain type of life. And I met this person who was almost like me, but a female version. And I also felt a certain level of care that I never really had growing up, because there's some incidences that happened and she was the one who was almost always there for me. Yeah, and I think from there I just thought, why not marry this one?
We're so similar, by the way, in so many ways. And I really just liked how smart he was. The incidents he's talking about where we had a chat when he invited us to his house, I found it so clean, and I really wanted someone who was going to be clean. Obviously, for me, it wasn't like any other girl out there who says, no, I didn't think of marriage. For me, I knew I was going to get married in 2020. I knew I wanted to get married. I knew the type of husband I wanted to have. I had a whole list of how I wanted things done, and it's exactly... when I met him and interacted with him, I knew, okay, this guy is ticking so much on my list. And he liked chocolate. His house was clean. He was very hardworking. He was so he would motivate me, and things like that. And I just said, you know what, this could be him. He was very caring. He was so present.
The engagement. Okay, so the funny thing is I knew exactly what she wanted, right? But then I I didn't want it to be so loud. And so what I did was I told her I'll get you a promise ring, then later on I'll get you an engagement ring. Then when I went to buy my promise ring, I found these nice looking rings, and when I was looking, this lady just tells me, so what is the difference between promise and engagement? Why don't you just, like, it's basically the same thing. You're promising someone marriage, it's like you're engaging them. So I was like, anyway, so why promise if I can just engage her? So I bought the ring, then went to see her, we were chatting. I actually took you upstairs by the car park, where you park, if I remember.
Those are very nice.
Yeah, by Caromo, yes, upstairs. Then we were chatting, then I took out the ring and told her, remember what I told you I'll get you? Then she was smiling, we're happy, we're standing. She's thinking it's a promise ring, and I just said, you know what? There's no need for me to promise anything. Why don't you just marry me? She said yes.
Yeah, and for me, like, I always knew, like I said, I wanted things done a certain way, and I told him, you know what, engagement ring and whatnot. I was happy. I had so many mixed emotions and stuff like that. I was like, okay, let's have it officially. We can do dinner, do a photo shoot and whatnot. That's how we had that dinner, I think, a Saturday after Valentine's Day, because he engaged me on Valentine's Day actually, and then we had the photo shoot and the dinner, and yeah, that's how we started preparing for the wedding to get into marriage. Yeah, I think even the time that we were just dating, my dad was very close with the both of us, and he would always say, when is he coming, you know, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to die before he can come through. And unfortunately, just after engaging me, I think a month later he passed on. Yeah, so yeah, may sorry, rest in peace. So for people at home, I think they knew, but obviously friends and stuff like that, because of the type of personality that I have at home, they were so understanding. They knew everything that was going around. But for friends, it was just like, oh, that's quick. Oh, you didn't even date for so long. Are you sure? Are you really, really sure this is the right guy? But that was
because people thought we only dated from the time Trudy and Chino got married.
Yeah, but so we did. Obviously, people only talk when they don't know the whole truth. Yeah. So, yeah, there was so much. There was both positive and negative, but we're here.
From my side, so what happened is I had to break the news after the engagement, because they never really knew who I was dating. Yeah, all they knew is that this guy is busy, he's never showing up. So this time I went there, showed up, I told them I want to get married. They're like, oh, okay, who? That's how I explained. Then I think a week later we had a funeral. My father-in-law died. Then the family had to get involved. So my family got involved the first day of the funeral, and that's how they showed up the first time. So my mom and dad got the choir from church to go sing at the funeral, and these people are not known. Like, nobody knows them. Like, who brought this choir here? You know what I mean? So after explaining everything, they even meet the families. They meet her family. They talk. In the process, they even say, "Tibuera manje manje, we are coming. We're bringing bride price and whatever."
Yeah.
So it wasn't a hard decision, and also I think my family knew how responsible I was, and if I was to pick somebody, they knew obviously somebody responsible as I am. Yeah. So it was cool. It was very fine. We used to have talks about ring sizes. Then I also just thought, like, which of my fingers would fit. Yeah.
And for me, I used to go to the mall and check my ring size most of the times. And I thought,
yourself a ring?
No, because I'm a girl. I mean,
okay.
Yeah. So
like, there were like the 4 sizes. How many sizes are there? I don't know, but anyway, those letters, when my instinct just told me it's definitely this one, because I knew, like, okay, definitely her size should be this one, and I got the right size.
Good for you. Oh no, you know how for me I don't tailor stuff that I wear like way before. I always want to wear like something that was made
She
yesterday.
might get over it.
Or even today, because I get over stuff so quickly. So I wanted the days to get nearer and nearer. Yeah. So I designed my own dress. I think I made it like a week before. I made all 3 dresses actually a week before, and I was so happy because I couldn't have stayed so many days without wearing it. Obviously, I was gonna take pictures in it and then post and just say,
And she dressed,
you know what, I'm selling this
50%,
dress.
She dressed 50% of the people,
Yeah.
the guests, and
bridal
everybody,
party.
almost everybody that came.
Yeah. Yeah, and even more because it was so beautiful. I really loved my wedding dress, and I think just the fact that I made it really meant so much to me.
It was gorgeous.
Yeah, I was so ready. Like I had a friend of mine from church, Prince, who sang one of our favorite songs, and I wasn't even like, you know, scared or maybe nervous or anything. I was just ready. I couldn't wait to get this done and just, you know, get married and be happy.
So the position I was standing, I couldn't get a clear view because I was standing on this side and she was coming from this side. Then I was looking this side. So now I had to peep, and you know, you're trying to keep yourself composed, so you can't. So you have to like look down, like act all groomy and whatever. So, but when the moment the ting happened, I was like, oh, there comes my wife.
Yeah, I actually buy so much. I love shopping, so I do a lot of shopping for him, for myself, for the baby. We've got a boy.
She's an addict of shopping.
Yeah, so I actually pick out. I just don't tailor everything for us. We actually get to buy, and I definitely do pick out what he has to wear. And also, I feel like over time, everything that he has now, I don't mind even if he was to pick and put them together, because I know they're just gonna go and stuff like that. So I had to, you know, handle his wardrobe for some time, but now he's good to go.
Build.
He picks his own stuff, and I just, you know, iron and do all those stuff for him.
Okay, so before we got married, I knew exactly the person that I was dealing with, because there are times I would go and pick her late, or I need to escort her late, or we need to deliver something late. And so I knew what her schedule was like until we had our son. And then I felt like you really need to shed off a lot of your work so that you concentrate on the baby, because if you're gonna spend a lot of time at work and you come back late because you have to deliver, you might deliver for the client, but you might miss on the baby. So she needed to work on that, and after some talks, she did well balancing. Otherwise, I've never had a problem with work. I think you've not had a problem with my work too, right?
No, not at all. Okay. I think just being an entrepreneur also just gives you so many privileges. I know it can be crazy at times, but then there are months that are like a little slow, and then some months that are like at peak and stuff like that. And also for me, it's just about how I have such an understanding husband, and I get to do the right thing at the right time. I mean, when I wake up, I know I have to get him ready, you know, I know I have to make his breakfast, I know I have to spend time with my son and you know, bath him and do all the stuff. So I don't do things when it doesn't have to be done. I do things at the right time, and I feel like that's what has made me really be progressive and do things really, really well. I also plan my week, I plan my day. I like to write down in my diary what I have to do and at what time exactly. And once I do that, I feel like everything is just done in a certain way that I feel like I'm managing and balancing my work life and, you know,
Yeah,
my
actually
family
very
life.
good at that.
Yeah.
Then also she's started to take Mondays off.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I take Mondays off.
She
So
stays
we just stay home on Monday. We just want to spend time together, spend time with the baby and all that. That also helps. Sundays is for
But
church.
mine are done now. No more Mondays.
Yeah, but for me, Mondays are off. So I balance my work quite well.
Criticism will be there. People are people.
Yeah.
People talk. And they definitely have to talk, because I
Whether
keep on
good or
telling
bad.
her, I keep on telling her to say, look, people only talk about you if you're ahead. because if you're behind, they can't see anything. What's there to talk about? Because there's nothing to talk about. So they only talk about you if you're ahead and you are really doing something about it. So what matters is how you respond, or do you even have to respond sometimes? So in her line of work, my line of work, we need to be public. We need people to know you, people to get to trust you, people to get to buy from you and do all that. So you have a lot of people that will be watching. Others will watch with a positive eye. Others will watch with a negative eye. And the talk will always be there.
For me, I think I've also just put a blind eye to the negatives, because they'll always be there. But then if you pay so much attention to them, instead of just being progressive and focusing on what you're doing, I feel like it's what maybe can take you down. But then for me, I think we even when we do stuff, we know to say something negative or positive will come out of it. But then it's always about our intentions. What is it that we're doing? Is it right? Our motives right and stuff like that. So once we take it out there, whatever people are going to say about it, we don't really care or stuff, because we know exactly what we're doing. And having people talk about you, it doesn't really spoil what we have, because it's only about me and him and not any third party in us. I don't want to hear any, because of his perspective about him from somebody else, because I know him totally, you see. So everything that comes our way is just like one of those things.
Two years and counting.
Yeah, 2 years and some months.
Yeah, with a handsome young man.
Yeah.
Yeah. What has kept us going is talking.
Yeah.
Basically, I think that's one of our biggest strengths.
Yeah.
We've even come up with a better way of doing it. We don't do it from home. So I know when I know she's done something that I'm really mad at, and I want us to talk and air it out. Sometimes we just have to go to a public place. We'll go to a hotel, we'll go to a restaurant.
Yeah, so
we sit in a restaurant and buy some food, some drinks. Then you talk, because I know I won't raise my voice there. I won't try to be, I'm the husband, so you gotta listen. And she won't try to be, no, I'm right, whatever. So you talk. And then also, I think to seek guidance is also one thing that is very important, because at some point you might feel you know it all or you can handle it all, but most of the times you find that when things are heavier than what you can handle, you call people to help you. They lighten it. We've had times where we caught somebody and they tell us there's nothing that you guys are fighting about
like
here.
Our bishop, they just be like,
what's this? So you guys are fighting about this. There's nothing here. So you guys just handle yourselves. Then we lower ourselves down and handle it basically.
Yeah.
What role do you play in order to keep the love?
I'm such a 100% lover. For me, I feel like we spend so much time together. I think that's one of the things. We travel, we create memories, and I feel like that's what has really kept us alive. Because I mean, when you look back and you look at the beautiful moments we've had, and I'm like, this is the person I want to be with for the rest of my life. And I think that's what's kept our love ablaze. I mean, our love languages are such that I understand his and he understands mine, and everything is just met in that way. So yeah.
And for the fact that we're not perfect human beings, we try to put intention first.
Yeah.
So you have to really be intentional about what you're doing. Sometimes when you see something nice and you feel like, oh, she'll like this, it's intention that she's gonna like it, and some things you're gonna do because she's gonna be happy. So really, the intention helps a lot. I appreciate a lot. I appreciate how she's so hardworking. I appreciate how she's so loving. I appreciate how she takes care of the home. I appreciate how she's got standards that I have to, like, every time I have to think, what's the next thing that I can do? Sometimes I'm even like, wait, so what will I do in 2024, 2025 for her birthday? Because I've done this, or we've done this, and we've been through this. So that I appreciate, because it keeps me growing as a human being. It opens up my mind to new ideas. And she's gorgeous.
Thank you. He's such a dad. I love that. When I was pregnant, he kept on telling everybody around us to say, when my wife gives birth, she'll never wake up in the night. She'll never do this. She'll never do that. I'll do that. And he lived up to that. That's one thing that I really appreciate. I think obviously every woman knows what postpartum can do. You get to be so tired and you just want some time alone. And he really, did the best at that moment. Even up to now, he's such a dad, like I mentioned, and he's loving, he's hardworking, he's everything. I mean, like, yeah. I like so much.
What's a dad, babe? Is it dad or dad?
We can take it up.
Because you know what dad is? Oh. Dad is like, Abuela, daddy. And everybody runs out.
No, like a good dad. Like he takes care of everybody. Like my
what about
son.
Husband?
A good husband-ish. He cooks for me. Yeah. And he allows me to be me. I like that. I can be... yeah. But then he allows me to be me. He understands me so much. He reminds me of my dad. My dad would cheer me on, like even when I'm doing something that everybody's like, that's wrong, that's what, and it's like, no, you go girl, that's the right thing, and exactly what he took up. Like he would just cheer me on, whatever I'm doing, he's just like, that's the right thing, oh my gosh, yes.
When it's the right thing.
This. Yeah, when it's the right thing, definitely. So many people just feel like maybe you're too much out there and stuff like that. My dad would always tell me, no, that's right, because you're going to make your money afterwards. And certain people would feel like, no, you don't have to be too much on social media and stuff. But then for him, it's like, just do your thing. He allows me to be me. Like, I just love that about him.
Babe. Baby, not what? Not babes.
Not baby.
Not baby.
No, that's for my best friend. But
yeah, because there's baby and there's babe.
Yeah, there's babe and there's babe.
I think I like babe. Babe for us means everything is super good. Everything is fine. Because when it changes, and then
I call you Mr. A.
Mr. A. I don't.
Who's Mr. A?
Like who's Mr. A?
And who's Tasha?
Tasha. You're not Tasha. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I like it when she calls me babe. I like it when we call those fancy names, even the ones I can't say on TV.
But what are the ways that you like me to say to you?
Everything, babe. I like it when you say you love me. Happy couples should speak a lot more. I think that's a lesson I've learned. We've witnessed, and from our childhood, we'd even watch married people fight each other in the street, chase each other, and do whatever. And so everybody grows up with a perspective of thinking marriage is not good, marriage is shipikisha club. Yeah, but then there's a lot of happy marriages out there, and they need to voice out. They need to inspire people. They need to show people that it's possible to be happy in marriage. Yeah. Then the second lesson is know your person. Yeah, the moment you know them, even the rumors that will come, you know she can do that. She knows. I tell her straight up to say, if people came to me and told me this about you, I would actually laugh because I know you can do A, I know you can do B. So know your human being.
Mm-hmm. 2 lessons?
I think it's being patient.
Patience.
Yeah, patience is really just a virtue. Like when you get married, we're still young couples. We're just under 5, and that's the stage that you get to know each other deeply. And it's not like about courtship or maybe dating or anything. It's now you're living with this total stranger. You came from different backgrounds, and you have to now learn how to, love this person in a different way, because then you're just like on the surface, but now it's like everything. You start to build a foundation for yourselves, knowing this person fully, and you have to be patient, because for us to really get in sync and become one, it really takes a lot. It can't always be rosy, it's gonna be rough, but then if you're patient with each other, then it means you grow something very beautiful. I think, so patience. The other one is, I think, being transparent. There's so many times that we hide so much from our spouses or partners. I feel like it's one thing to just let your partner know how you're feeling and for them to not judge you. So being transparent, say it out. Make your spouse your best friend. and which we are best friends. We're very close. If I'm not happy about something,
You have another best friend.
yeah, that's like female best friend. Yeah, but
Okay, let's.
yeah. So just be transparent. Let him know everything you're going through. Let him tell you what you're going through. So yeah, be transparent. Transparency is key.
8th of June, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, her birthday is on the 8th of June. Do not forget.
Period. 14th December. Yeah, 14th December.
Yeah, you can forget. It's fine. But
He
she
always-
makes
he
a
always
big deal.
tells me
She
not to-
always makes a big deal. Oh my god.
Yeah, he always tells me not to just keep it low. Don't do
I'm like, no
anything.
cameras, no people, just the two of us. Let's go have dinner.
That sounds like
have-
camera.
How
and
does it sound like
action.
camera? Just let's just have you and me.
But look
Let's
at me. Like last
go
year, I
look
wasn't.
each other eyeball to eyeball and talk on the table. But I get home and it's
happen.
always a surprise. I'll just
I have
find
to bring the cream to the cake. Always. And on our vows, when we're getting married, I promise that I'll give you a detailed life. A detailed life just means birthday, you got a party, you can't keep it low. You said you do, and you obviously had to accept even that part of it.
What about my part?
Detail.
My part where just
You said and
just-
do what ghosts. What did you say?
No, I'm not the one that said that. I never said anything about ghosts. Ghosts.
What did you say? But I need to leave
Go
up.
to YouTube and watch the video so
No.
that you remember.
But I have to.
Anyway,
leave up to that.
birthdays has always. Though you said this year we can narrow down, chill,
Yeah,
relax.
Let's see what you can do for me. Without me just being everywhere, telling you about what you should do for me.
Yeah. My name is Aston Banda.
And my name is Natasha Banda.
And this is how we met.